What's up, family? Man, it's been a minute since I've been on YouTube. And for those of you that know, man, been on a 3-day fast. No eating anything, no drinking anything, no social media, Instagram, YouTube, or like Facebook, stuff like that. No contacting anybody on the outside. Man, this has been rough. You know what I mean? If you could tell, man, I feel weak. I'm on my 3rd day. Um, I'll release this video. It's Sunday. I'll release this video at midnight tonight. But I just want you guys to see me in my weakest state. You know what I mean? I'm weak as hell right now. But I want to make this video. I wanted to show you guys, I just have this heart to heart with you guys, man. And I hear a lot of people tell me, you don't do that. You shouldn't be not eating for 3 days and not drinking water. And I'm not trying to hear all that stupid shit. You know what I mean? I'm not listening to all that stupid ass shit. I'm a grown ass fucking man. I'll be 53 years old in 2 months. This is what I do. You know what I mean? This is what I do. I do this at least twice a year. And I've done this for years. You know what I mean? So you can save all that yeah to somebody that don't know any better. You know what I mean? I'm going to share with you guys what I've learned through this fast and what God has got me telling you guys through this fast, what I've had to learn through this fast. You know what I mean? And the reason why I'm making this video is, man, because we're going to go through fire, family. Every one of us, we're going to go through some fire. If you haven't gone through fire, just keep living. You know what I mean? Keep breathing, and you're going to go through some shit. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You're going to go through shit. And it's just a part of life. You know what I mean? It's not that you're bad. It's not that you're unlovable. It's just a natural part of life. You know what I mean? And it's a trip because, man, this has been rough for me, this 3-day fast. You know what I mean? Especially this time of the year, holiday, getting around family members, friends, you know what I mean? And normally I'll do this fast and I'm alone, you know what I mean? And I've been alone doing this fast, so I didn't have somebody right there with me. And so this time was a little more challenging, because my wife is here and she's eating and drinking what she drinks, and I can smell it on her breath, and she'll go out in the other room and she'll cook, and her friends are around and they're cooking, and it's like, man, you could smell all that. And I just been hanging out in the room, hanging out in the room, hibernating, but you could still smell the food and you could taste everything, even though you're not eating, even though you're not drinking anything. She'll come in, I'm so sorry, babe. I don't want to eat around you, and I don't want to drink around you. And I could smell the coffee on her breath. I could smell, all the food that she's eating. And it's been hard. It's been challenging. You know what I mean? But that being said, I didn't want to push that on her. You know what I mean? I didn't want to impose that 3-day fast on her. That's not what I'm about. And so for me, it's a little more challenging this time because I could smell the food still, because I could hear the laughing and the conversations and just all of that. You know what I mean? And so, man, it was rough. But it's a trip because the first night, I don't even remember what the dream was about, but I remember I was dreaming about my kids. I was dealing with my kids, talking to my kids. That was the first dream that I had the first night. And I started my fast Friday night. Thursday night was the last time I ate or drank anything, And so Friday I had a dream about my kids. I don't know what it was about or what it entailed. I just remembered my kids, being around my kids and talking to my kids and just trying to pass them some knowledge and some wisdom, some stuff to them. I don't remember what all we talked about, but I just remember they were all around and we're just talking. And then last night, man, I had a dream. I don't even know what the dreams were about, but last night, man, I dreamt about food. You know what I mean? I dreamed about eating and some food. I dreamed about sex, That's all I remember about those. And I wonder if that's because those are the things that are most important to me. You know what I mean? And when I say the most important thing, because of my situation, because of going through this fast and not being able to engage, you know what I mean? And just withholding myself from all that stuff. These are the things that was pressing on my heart, pressing on my mind, especially the eating and the sex and all that other stuff, you know what I mean? And that was rough, you know what I mean? You go 3 days without eating and drinking anything, man, I don't care how much of a sex addict you are, you're going to be weak as hell. You know what I mean? I don't care how strong you are. I don't care none of that stuff. You go 3 days without eating anything, 3 days without drinking anything, and you're going to see how weak you really are. And it's a trip because you also see how strong you are. You know what I mean? Stay with me. You see how strong you are. You see how determined you are. You know what I mean? You have all these other people, oh, no, don't do that, don't do that. You shouldn't do that, all this yak, 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 yak. Man, do you have the ability to withstand all that yak, yak, yak? Do you have the ability to withstand all the conversations, all these people that's trying to look out for your best interest, but they really ain't got your best interest at heart? You know what I mean? They love you and they want the best for you, and they don't like the fact that they see you weaken and, you know, you ain't got the strength that you normally have, and they see you down and out. But do you have the ability to stick with God? Do you have the ability to, like, I'm not listening to this bullshit y'all talking. It's me and God. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. You know what I mean? I'm doing what God told me to do. Do you have that ability, or are you going to fold up under pressure? You know, so many of us, we talk God, but man, our life ain't reflective of God in any way, shape, or form. We talk, oh, I'm strong, I'm a child of God, we'll do it, and your life don't reflect nothing about God. You fold up under everything. The wind blow and you bent over. We have to grow up emotionally, and that's what this channel is about. Is, man, we have to grow up emotionally. We have to deal with our shit. And for me, man, pushing away all the food, pushing away all the drink, man, that takes you away from your comfort zone. You don't realize how much food is a comfort. You don't realize how much water is a comfort until you go without it for a couple of days. And then your body starts locking up, start cramping up on you. Man, your mouth get that nasty, grimy taste in your mouth. And normally you throw some mints in or get some gum or grab something to eat to take that taste out your mouth. But you can't do that because you can't take in the sweets. You can't put peppermint in your mouth. Peppermint candy, chew on some gum to give your mouth some taste. You can't go grab an apple and chew and eat on that. So can you go through the test of time? Can you go through the fire? Can you go through the fact that, damn, everybody around you eating and laughing and chewing on some stuff and drinking stuff, and it's good? And what God was, can you be grateful? Can you withstand the fact that, it may not be your blessing season? So many of us, man, we're going through hard times. Times are rough for some of us, a lot of us, financially, in every which way, shape, you know? Can you sit there and be grateful and be glad that others are being blessed? And you're going through your drought season. You're going through your lack season. See, so many of you, man, you going through lack and you ungrateful. You going through lack and you pissed the fuck off that everybody else is enjoying life. Everybody else is living their best life. Everybody else is going and getting and just having a blast. And you sitting there lonely as fuck. You sitting there miserable as fuck. You sitting there broke as fuck. And you hate seeing people happy. You hate seeing people doing their best. And so with this fast, or something, Elijah, man, talk to the people. Let them know, man, it's hard looking at other people getting blessed. It's hard looking at other people, man, going through life and just living life and just having a blast, and you going without. Can you go without? Can you go through your without, your dry season, your desert season, your lack season, your lonely season, your frustrating season? Can you go through that and still stick with God? Can you go through that and still know, man, it's going to get good? You know what I mean? This ain't the worst. You know what I mean? This may be the worst. It may not be the worst. But this ain't going to be the end. This ain't going to be the end. I'm not dying in this season. I'm going through this for a reason. I'm coming out of this. Can you go through all the hell you got to go through and people looking at you weird and people, man, they doing too much and they don't take all that? Man, how the fuck would you know how much it take for me? You ain't where I'm at. You think you where I'm at, but you spiritually ain't where I'm at. How the fuck can you tell me what I need and what I don't need to be going through? And so many of us, we so fucking arrogant and narcissistic and think we know every fucking thing. We constantly telling everybody else what they need to be fucking doing. Motherfucker, you ain't even got to this level yet. Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Humble yourself. Everybody's so quick to try, have the answers for everybody else. And you can't even go through your own shit. Man, we got to grow up. We have to grow up. I don't have the energy to go off like I really want to go off. I don't have the stamina right now. My mouth is dry as hell. You know what I mean? And I'm struggling just to say what I'm trying to say. But family, we have to grow up. We have to understand that, man, it's all part of the process. You're going to go without. That's normal. Expect that. You're going to look around and see other people just living life and having a blast. That's normal. Expect that. Be grateful in your season. Whatever season you in, man, be grateful in that season. Whatever you have, whatever you don't have, be grateful in your season. Whatever that season is. You have to humble yourself and learn to be appreciative of what you do have, knowing that it could be so much worse. Knowing that you could have so much less. And it's hard to think that, man, it could be worse than where you're at right now. But I'm making this video just to remind you, it could be a whole lot worse. It can be a whole lot worse. There's guys in hospitals right now, not knowing if they ever coming out of the hospital. There's guys in prison not knowing if they'll ever make it to their release date. There's guys in prison not knowing if they ever get a release date. There's people in mental institutions, man, and that's going to be home for them for the rest of their life. There's people on the streets not knowing if they'll ever eat another meal again. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for where you're at. Humble yourself. Because I promise you, it could be a whole lot worse. We have to grow up. For those of you that have asked me about or contacted me about the men's group that we're going to put on, it's called Home. Healing Our Men Emotionally. Home. Healing Our Men Emotionally. Man, family, I'll be getting in touch with each of you this week, early this week. My plans is that we're going to have a session. Our first session will be on the 31st, which will be Saturday. I don't have the specific time yet. I'll have that by the time I reach out to each of you. But our first session will be on December 31st. We'll have our first men's session. I'll send out the link and everything for that. So, man, just be looking forward to that or looking for that. If you sent me something, I'll be contacting you this week. Thank you guys for your participation. Thank you guys for your prayers for me and my queen, my family, especially during this time of this fasting time for me. It's been rough. It's challenging. So many times I've been like, man, fuck it, I could just quit it. You know what I mean? Sometimes like, man, I could just go grab something to eat. I could go grab something to drink and won't nobody know. But I'll know. And so many of us, we give up on ourselves. We cheat ourselves. We forfeit our blessings because we look for the easy road. We take the easy road and we give up. Man, you have to be able to stick with it. Stick with life. Stick with your journey. You have to be able to stick with God, even when you don't understand why you got to go through what you got to go through. Even when it don't make sense, when it hurts and you're lonely and you're frustrated and you're crying, you have to stick with it. Growth and development ain't easy, and that's why most people don't grow. That's why most people are distracted and bombarded with stupid shit. Because that's so much easier. That's so much more comfortable. Those of you that are here, man, you're here for a reason. We're here for a reason. God never promised you an easy life. That's not for the strong. That's not for warriors. That's not for star seeds. That's not for chosen ones. We're going to go through hell. It is what it is. Put your big boy drawers on. Put your big girl drawers on. Man up, woman up, and get busy. Man, I'll be doing a live Monday evening, probably like around 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. That'll be our first live. I didn't do on Saturday or Sunday, but we'll be doing a live Monday evening, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys. Happy holidays to you. Man, But more important than you having happy holidays, my prayer, my Queen's prayer for each and every one of you is that you continue to grow. You continue to heal. I love you. Happy healing. Peace.